Welcome to @Cronkite News, your social sharing connection where you choose the news. Facebook likes and shares, tweets, retweets, and favorites. YouTube views and subscriptions. We're watching you watch us. From our digital home at cronkitenews.azpbs.org to your television, web browser, or mobile device. Let's get a refresh on the top Arizona news of the week.
After the 2012 shooting death of Trayvon Martin, an unarmed black teen in Florida, the Black Lives Matter movement took hold across the country, calling on citizens to end racism. But when one Valley congregation publicly proclaimed their support, some people were not so receptive.
The Valley Unitarian Universalist congregation in Chandler is trying to bring awareness to the movement. So last month, it placed this Black Lives Matter banner in front of the church.
The awareness that creates the action in the people, and the action, the amount of action, always depends on the person who's receiving the message. And so from that point, we'll start a movement.
But the banner was vandalized. The word black was crossed out, and in its place, all was spray painted over it. Later, it was stolen. Beverly McCormick is a member of the congregation and one of the leaders of the Black Lives Matter ministry. She agrees all lives do matter, but right now, she says the focus needs to be on the black community.
We put the fire hose on the house that has the fire going, and black people are under siege, and it's on fire.
The congregation isn't surprised this happened and hopes this will bring more support to the conversation.
We agree that all lives matter, but black lives have often been treated as if they don't matter.
Donald Harris, the president of the NAACP of Maricopa County, says it comes down to misconceptions and the need for education.
It is a different, separate concept than white lives matter. And it's not meant to denigrate white lives or say that white lives don't matter or black lives matter more. That's a wrong concept.
Harris grew up around racism, and his family was very involved in the civil rights movement.
I see a backsliding from what was achieved in the 60s and the 70s. I see more racism, I believe, in the last 5 years than I've seen in the last 30, 40 years. And it's an uncomfortable feeling.
Reverend Burnett said a new banner will be placed outside the church and will be replaced every time it's stolen.
So I hope our congregation can lead that, perhaps in the East Valley, can lead that conversation about making sure that not just in theory and not just in our hearts, but actually in practice and policy, that Black Lives Matter.
I spoke with Reverend Andy Burnett today, and he said there are no leads on the stolen banner yet, but a new banner has already been printed and should be up by the end of the day.
Border security is a big issue on the presidential campaign trail. But as Cronkite News reporter Fan Wang reports, ranchers on the Arizona border say they've been left out of the debate and forgotten by Washington lawmakers.
Cochise County shares 83 miles of border with Mexico. The smuggling routes in this region cut right through Ed Asher's ranch.
These are all guys, see, this is dope.
His ranch is 20 miles north of the border. A year ago, he set up a camera to capture images of what he faces every day.
Now it's outlaws. It's dope and outlaws.
While the number of undocumented workers crossing the Arizona border has declined, this area remains a busy drug trafficking corridor. John Last Ranch is right on the border.
We've had 51 trucks through our ranch in the last 3.5 years full of marijuana, and a full-size pickup, and it hadn't been caught. And they're cutting the steel wall down in the daytime and driving 3 miles to a highway. Now you tell me that we have a secure border.
Ranchers in Cochise County feel abandoned by Washington.
We don't care.
They were promised more security 5 years ago. That's when Susan Krant's husband was gunned down on their ranch about 25 miles from the border.
He called his brother on the phone and he said, "There's this illegal that looks like he's sick. Please call the Border Patrol." And that was the last we heard.
Rancher Robert Krant's murder remains unsolved. For the past 5 years, fellow ranchers have had numerous meetings with Washington lawmakers, including those from Arizona.
In the federal government, there is absolutely zero level of urgency.
And not just with border security, John Ladd would like to see some action on immigration reform, including an expanded guest worker program.
The first thing that has to happen is there has to be a legitimate work program for people to come legally.
The ranchers will have to cope with the consequences of no action by Washington. All three have their houses broken into, vehicles stolen.
We're always talking to each other. And where are you at? And what are you going to do? And that's how we live.
Cattle with a helicopter.
Susan Kranz now lives with the memory of her murdered husband.
You're traumatized so emotionally and mentally and physically, you know, it takes, I don't think you ever get over it.
In Douglas, Fan Wang, Cronkite News.
The sheriff of Cochise County is getting an additional $265,000 for border security. The money comes from private donors who contributed to a fund to build additional border fencing in Arizona. State lawmakers decided to give the money to the sheriff instead.
Many small towns in rural parts of Arizona don't have access to fresh produce. It has to be imported from larger cities. The town of Ajo decided to take
Matters into its own hands. As AH64 reports, the town is planting the seeds for success in their community.
The Get Going, Get Growing 4G initiative in the small town of Ajo helps provide people with healthy and fresh food options, such as this eggplant or pumpkin that can be found in the community gardens.
Ajo is a town of 3,300 people in southern Arizona, a town often overlooked by those who drive through it. Get Going, Get Growing, or 4G, has helped plant multiple gardens around Ajo, improving residents' access to locally grown food and promoting healthy eating. Eric Ecker is one of the interns for the program who maintains the gardens.
We got the one supermarket and then that's pretty much it. So if you want to buy organic and everything, before all this came to be, there was not a lot of options. You had to drive to Phoenix or Tucson or something.
Now this once food desert has grown into an organic food paradise, ripe for the picking.
It's really cool for a lot of people being able to plant stuff and then harvest it and eat it on their own.
The food grown in the community gardens is sold at a local farmer's market.
Going to market tomorrow.
Donated to the food pantry and used in the elementary school's cafeteria. Families can also have their own plot to grow on.
Growing it yourself, and it tastes better, and you get your hands dirty, and you actually know what you're putting in. You know what kind of seeds or where they came from and how to plant it. Nowadays, we don't know where our food comes from.
The interns are paid for their work as part of Ajo's workforce development program.
We have youth that maybe see the only path to success as escaping, getting out of Ajo. And so we're really looking for ways to build the local economy, to encourage entrepreneurs.
I've learned a lot of valuable skills. Maybe if it doesn't come to fruition in a job, it's at least something I know now and something I could do on my own at my own home.
The 4G program is geared towards 16 through 24-year-olds and is designed to help them learn job skills that aren't normally available in Ajo. In Ajo, Angie Schuster, Cronkite News.
Some stores are facing a Black Friday backlash. Shoppers are calling out businesses that are creeping those store hours into the Thanksgiving holiday itself. And as Cronkite News reporter Aaron Johnson reports, some businesses are finding those earlier hours aren't translating into profits.
A quick search and you'll find Facebook pages with tens of thousands of likes, supporting businesses that close their doors and let workers be with their families on Thanksgiving. And the National Retail Federation found there was an 11% drop in Black Friday sales, leading businesses to make changes.
Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and people are lining up to purchase their holiday feast. With large families, the cooking can take hours, even days.
The grandkids, great-grandkids, and great-grandkids already. I got 7 of them. Fantastic.
And they're all coming over?
They're all coming over completely.
Some shoppers are eager to hit the stores on Thanksgiving night. But the National Retail Federation found that spending dropped about $5 billion over the 4-day shopping spree starting Thanksgiving Day in 2014. So stores have found a way to make both the customers and employees happy by having early sales throughout the week and special offers online. There is an expected 135.8 million Americans that plan to shop on Thanksgiving weekend, with half of holiday shoppers planning to finish their shopping online, according to the National Retail Federation. Stores such as Costco, TJ Maxx, Nordstrom, and Sam's Club will all be closed for Thanksgiving to let their employees spend time with their families.
It's really nice for us to be able to take care of our employees and let them spend some time on the national holiday. I think our members appreciate that we do that for our employees.
And they do.
I think it's awesome. I commend companies that do that. It shows that they're interested in their people, in my opinion.
And for employees who get the day off, there's one word that describes their joy.
Fantastic.
The Arizona affiliate of the American Civil Liberties Union released a new app in hopes of curbing excess force from police.
Yeah, Cronkite News reporter Angie Schuster has all the details.
We see it on our TV screens all the time, encounters between police and the public. Now a new app is intended to act as a check against abusive behavior with law enforcement, allowing users to document every aspect of their interaction with an officer.
It's no surprise these days to find police recording each encounter with the public. Now the American Civil Liberties Union is making it easier for you to do the same with its Mobile Justice AZ app.
The app is necessary in Arizona and really all across the country because what we're seeing is that there are significant problems in police departments all over the country regarding excessive use of force and racial profiling.
Mobile Justice AZ is free, and most notably allows you to document your interaction with officers.
The app is easy to use. All you do is hit record. It then captures audio and video of your police interaction. Once you press stop, it takes you to an incident report page that you can fill out, and then it sends it directly to the ACLU.
It encourages people to go out into their communities and when they see potentially abusive police activity to record that activity.
Arizona's largest police department tells Cronkite News it supports technology that promotes transparency. If citizens wish to capture police contacts on video and share them with others, we encourage them to do so while keeping in mind privacy issues and safety concerns, and ask them to ensure the behavior does not hinder lawful investigations. And the ACLU emphasizes it's your right to record an encounter with an officer.
In the app itself, we have information about when you have the right to record police activity. However, we do tell people that they should always follow police instructions.
Other features include alerts when someone within 1 kilometer of you is using the app to record a situation, a list of your rights if you've been stopped, and what to do if you think your rights have been violated.
Mobile Justice AZ is available on Android and iOS phones. The Arizona ACLU said in the past week alone they've had 1,000 downloads. In the control room, Angie Schuster, Cronkite News.
The Thanksgiving table typically revolves around one main dish, turkey. But Jesse Schultz caught up with a growing population of Valley residents that are looking for an alternative to turkey time.
According to the National Restaurant Association, about 15 million Americans plan to dine out for Thanksgiving. But some food joints in the Valley are preparing meals even our feathered friends can enjoy.
That holiday is so based around food, and if you're passionate about what you're eating, you don't necessarily want to be around the typical fare.
And that's why Damon Brash hosts Thanksgiving, a celebration serving about 900 people looking for an alternative to the traditional Thanksgiving feast. All the food is plant-based, even the tofurkey.
The vegan and vegetarian lifestyle and diet is definitely catching on, but even more so is the group of omnivores that are just wanting a nice, healthful alternative.
Lynn Law, a vegan and owner of 2 Loving Huts, says she has seen a growth in the vegan and vegetarian population.
There's a very big demand for it, and there is a supply that's meeting to that.
According to the Vegetarian Journal, in 1993 there were 55 vegan restaurants in the nation. Now there are more than 500 completely vegan restaurants and thousands of other food joints that offer vegetarian options. But before preparing your vegan or vegetarian dishes, you should do some homework.
Anytime you prepare a meal for a vegetarian, you need to focus on the protein source, because that is probably one of the most concerning nutrient problems in the vegetarian diet is they're not getting enough protein.
Law recommends vegans to bring their own recipe to the table on Thanksgiving.
We could veganize this pumpkin pie, or we can veganize a tofurkey. The idea is like to open people up through their stomachs.
Brash says Thanksgiving has appeal in many different ways.
Food, all your favorites from the Thanksgiving table. But also it's really nice because it's an alternative to hanging out with your family if you don't necessarily want to hang out with them.
The minds at NASA are taking technology used from space missions and bringing it down to Earth to help firefighters. Washington reporter Elizabeth Blackburn traveled to NASA Langley Research Center in Virginia to get a look at the process.
After the loss of 19 Arizona firefighters in the Yarnell Hill fire 2 years ago, Mary Beth Wusk with NASA decided she had to do something to help fire technology. So she used her knowledge of heat shields for missions to space to start a new project.
Fire shelters that we have today work extremely well if the fire is not directly on you. So these shelters that we're working with are looking at trying to protect the firemen beneath the shelter if there's more of a direct flame.
That's the problem that the project called Chiefs is trying to answer. It stands for Convective Heating Improvement for Emergency Fire Shelters.
2, 1.
The team took 200 different combinations of materials and tested them in the lab. Then once they found the best combinations, shelters were built to test in the forests with the U.S. Forest Service.
We built these fire shelters in literally a matter of 5 months, which is a real rapid turnaround for us, and got into the test up in Canada and Northwest Territories. And we had a very successful test period there, mostly learning just real world lessons, things we hadn't thought of testing these small samples in a laboratory.
Fody said during the first round of testing, he could feel the heat coming off the stand of trees from 100 yards away.
It is really impactful. It's powerful. It makes you think, my Lord, what if I was stuck in that situation and all I had to rely on was this piece of gear that some people had developed and try to give me a shot at surviving this.
He says they had another round of tests and are now developing Generation 2 fire shelters to test in the spring. But it's a challenge since firefighters have strict constraints.
So a perfect shelter would be a shelter that weighs no more than the current shelter, is no bigger, has significantly improved protection, is durable, gives off no toxic gases or anything that could be damaging to the occupant inside during the deployment itself.
The team continues to test, and Wusk said she is excited to work on a project that can improve life here on Earth.
This opportunity to see the team work together and have a common goal that can make such a difference has just been probably the highlight of my career. The people on the team are working hard together. It's about making the best product that we can to protect the people.
Fody says they hope to have prototypes in the field for preliminary testing this summer, but that schedule could change. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Elizabeth Blackburn, Cronkite News.
The Boeing plant in Mesa plays a crucial role in military operations worldwide. It's the only place in the world producing the AH64 Apache attack helicopter, and it's an aircraft used by the U.S. and 15 of its allies. Cronkite News reporter Audrey Wheel shows us why this helicopter is in increasing demand.
They call it the quarterback of the battlefield, and Boeing is already planning for the continued production of these Apache helicopters up to 50 years down the road. I toured the production plant and spent a day with the National Guard to learn more about the future of the AH64.
The Apache helicopter is an amazing machine. Not only is it stealthy, but it's deadly.
There's a reason it's known as the world's premier attack helicopter.
There's nothing like it. To be able to come in from afar, spot an enemy target from afar and come in and engage them, it's very effective, and that's why it's widely used.
It can carry up to 16 missiles, 76 rockets, or 1,200 30mm rounds, not to mention its speed, range, and network and targeting capabilities.
Our international allies want the aircraft because of what it can do that nobody else can do.
And every national and international order goes through Mesa.
Right now, it takes 48 days for an Apache to go through this production line, and nearly 2,200 have been made here since the early 80s.
Some of the most recent helicopters to go through the production line were for South Korea, the latest country to add the AH-64 to its arsenal.
We have a lot of interest from additional countries in all regions of the world, and we're in different stages of discussions and negotiations with these countries.
And it's not just new contracts keeping the plant busy.
Virtually every country that's ever purchased an Apache has come back and asked for the upgraded models because they see the value that it brings, and they know that they need to continue to have and operate the Apaches.
Parts for these helicopters come from hundreds of suppliers around the world.
But production has always happened in Mesa, and that's not expected to change.
We have solid production through 2026 now. We're already working the processes to keep it going from 2026 and beyond. And again, the Army's stating they're going to fly the Apache well into the 2060s, maybe 2070 timeframe.
Earlier this month, the U.S. National Guard held a gunfighter fly-in competition in Arizona, using AH64s to simulate real-world flying and gunnery scenarios.
We go to the field, we arm our aircraft, every pilot, every aircraft shoots.
Anytime in both Iraq and Afghanistan, the recent conflicts we've had, anytime ground troops have been in contact with the enemy, Apaches have been there, and they've been able to support them and protect them. The enemy has known that when Apaches are in the area, those ground troops are safe.
And back here in Arizona, those at Boeing know just how important their contribution is.
Even though they're working here in Mesa, Arizona, they're making a difference in Afghanistan, they're making a difference in Saudi Arabia, they're making a difference in Asia Pacific. And they take that seriously because what we do is important and lives depend on the quality of the work that's done here in Mesa, Arizona.
The Mesa plant also builds the AH-6 light attack helicopter and will begin production on a new vertical lift aircraft next year. In the Broadcast Center, Audrey Wheel, Cronkite News.
Pickleball. It's one of the fastest growing recreational sports, not only in America, but around the world. Brandon Johansson has the details on a game that is fun for all ages.
Pickleball. It's the fun game with a funny name, and it's making waves in Arizona and all around the world.
Here at Pebble Creek, we've been playing it since 2007. It's growing in popularity at least 20% every year.
Invented in 1965, pickleball shares many qualities with other paddle sports such as ping pong, badminton, and tennis. Since it was invented on a badminton court, pickleball adopted a court of similar size, a trait that is particularly appealing for members of the Pickleball Club at Pebble Creek in Goodyear.
You know, it's one of those sports that an older generation can play. It keeps us people that used to play a lot of sports still active. It's a great sport for exercise. We just have a lot of fun out here.
God, it's just great. It's so social. You're close together, so you can rag the other team a little bit, unlike tennis where they're so far away you can't rag them. So you just have fun with everybody. And it's easier on the knees, easier on the shoulders, and you have fun.
In a recent study from the Sports and Fitness Association, it was found that over 2 million people are playing pickleball, with courts in all 50 states and overseas in Europe and in Asia. According to the USA Pickleball Association, there were 523 new places to play in 2013, with an average of 44 new locations per month. 2014 was even better, with 754 new locations added at an average rate of 63 per month. 2015 has seen continued rise in participation. As of October 1st, there have been 719 locations added, good for an average of 72 per month. In 34 short months, the number of places to play pickleball has increased by 122% worldwide. Part of this increase can be traced to Arizona, where there are now 161 places to play.
Oh, I thought it was a dynamite game. The ball and the paddle and the sound that it makes, and the reaching for the shot and putting it over the net. Yeah, everything was great. It was fun.
In Goodyear, I'm Brandon Johansson, Cronkite Sports.
Now, here's an @Cronkite News Pick of the Week, a favorite from the Cronkite News staff.
Nuclear power plants are growing old. The average age in the U.S. is 34 years. The Palo Verde plant started producing electricity in 1986. It sits on more than 4,000 acres, 55 miles west of Phoenix in Tonopah. Cronkite News reporter Steve Dent took a tour of the Palo Verde plant to see what the future looks like for a business that has a $1.8 billion economic impact on Arizona.
Welcome to Palo Verde.
Palo Verde generates the most energy of any power producing facility in the nation. It's also the largest nuclear plant with 3 units.
So that size lends to some stability here. We're in a great location in terms of flood hazards, seismic hazards, all of that being very low. It's a very safe place to run an operation like this.
The big disadvantage of being in Arizona has to do with water. Palo Verde is the only nuclear plant in the country not located on the ocean, a river, or a lake.
We built this plant and had to bring the water to us.
Palo Verde signed a 40-year contract with 5 cities in Phoenix to purchase 26 billion gallons of recycled wastewater.
This is the #1 steam generator. There's 2 of them on each side.
In the middle, you're going to see the reactor cavity. We fill that up with water when we refuel.
Useful water we want to leave for useful purposes, and the idea that we can take recycled waste and we can, when you flush your toilet in Phoenix, that comes to us.
You take one trip down the train and back, conditions will have changed.
Every 6 months, Palo Verde closes a unit to replace the uranium fuel rods and perform maintenance to fix problems.
The purpose of the Equipment Reliability Program and our preventative maintenance program is to find issues before they find us. So these inspection windows are very well thought out.
Somebody has to come.
Because the reactor shut down, we got to take a tour of Unit 2. And our media group triggered a security alert when we failed to close a door.
Did you get a door alarm? Yes.
Palo Verde employs 2,500 workers who make sure the plant operates safely with a high level of security.
We've got tremendous employees. I mean, it's the people that make a place like this work. I think Palo Verde is very strong. So we plan to be here for a while. We plan to safely and efficiently generate electricity for the long term and deliver that to the folks that need it.
Life is good, my friend, life is good.
The plant's license to operate has been renewed by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission for the next 30 years. At Palo Verde, I'm Steve Dent, Cronkite News.
Palo Verde provides energy to 4 states, and APS is the licensed operating company owning 29% of the plant.
Cronkite News tracks your likes, tweets, and shares from all our social sites to bring you this news special. At Cronkite News, our weekly refresh. Join the conversation so you choose the news. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org for top Arizona stories anytime.